I know I shouldn't be writing this. I know that even typing his name makes him stronger, but if I don't tell someone, anyone, then what's the point of holding it all in? They said it was just an internet prank, a glitchy video, a creepy kid with his mouth open too wide. But I saw him, and he's real. It started with a TikTok, a short, grainy clip. No captions, no context, just a pale boy, maybe 8 or 9 years old, sitting on a chair in what looked like an old classroom. His hands were folded neatly in his lap. He didn't move. He didn't blink. For 10 seconds straight, he just stared into the camera. And then his mouth opened. Not like a normal scream, not even human. His mouth, it stretched wider and wider until it looked like his jaw was about to split in half. I scrolled away immediately. I thought it was some weird ARG, maybe an SCP edit. You know the kind. People love making cursed content to go viral. But that night, when I went to bed, I couldn't shake it. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw his face. Pale skin, dark eyes, that impossible mouth. The next day, the video was everywhere. People were calling it Mason 67. No one seemed to know why. Some said it was the username of the first account to upload the clip. Others claimed 67 was a reference to something hidden in the video. I didn't care. I just wanted to forget it. But TikTok didn't let me. Every time I opened the app, the algorithm shoved Mason back into my feed. Different versions, different edits. Some people added creepy music. Others slowed the clip down, zoomed in on his mouth. And then I saw something that made my stomach twist. One of the clips froze at exactly 0.067 seconds. That's not a real timestamp, but there it was, 0.067. And in that frame, his mouth wasn't just open anymore. It was moving, whispering. I couldn't hear the words, but I swore my name was in them. I told myself it was just my brain filling in the blanks. Pareidolia or whatever. But that night, lying in the dark, I heard it again. Not from my phone, from the corner of my room, a faint, childlike whisper repeating over and over. 67, 67, 67. I laughed at first. It sounded too much like creepypasta. But then I remembered I didn't watch the video all the way through. I skipped before it ended. What happens if I don't? That same day, I got a DM. No username, just an empty profile. The message only said, "Don't finish it." I wanted to believe it was a joke, but deep down I knew it wasn't, because that night, I saw him again. Not on my phone, not on my laptop, in the reflection of my bedroom window. He was sitting on the chair by my desk, the same one I'd seen in the video, his hands folded neatly in his lap. At first I thought it was a trick of the glass, my brain playing games. But then his mouth opened, slowly, silently, wider and wider, until the reflection wasn't mine anymore. It was his. I spun around. The chair was empty, but when I looked back at the glass, he was still there. Closer this time. Every blink, he gets closer. I didn't sleep that night. I left all the lights on, sat on the floor, clutching my phone like it could protect me. At 3:14 a.m., the screen lit up by itself. My phone had opened TikTok. The Mason 67 video was playing on repeat. But it wasn't the same clip anymore. It was me. Me sitting on my own chair, my own room, and behind me, the boy. His mouth already open. Don't turn around. Don't look. Because once you do, you'll never escape him. I thought I could just ignore it. I thought if I deleted TikTok, blocked the tags, avoided every mention, he'd go away. But Mason doesn't care about platforms. He doesn't live inside the app. He lives inside us. The more you know his name, the closer he gets. 2 nights after the reflection, I joined a Discord server that claimed to investigate forbidden internet. A bunch of kids and late-night creeps sharing cursed videos, old ARGs, forgotten creepypastas. When I typed Mason67 in the chat, half the users instantly left. The admin messaged me, "Stop, don't bring him here." But a few stayed, and they told me things I wish I never heard. One guy, user named Rotost, said he first saw Mason in 2009, long before TikTok. Back then, it was a leaked VHS rip. He swore the original tape ran for exactly 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Another user said their cousin watched the whole thing. She laughed at it at first, until she started seeing a boy sitting in her closet at night. A week later, she was gone. Her room was found empty, door locked from the inside. Only her laptop was left on, looping the video at 00067. They all repeated the same warning: never watch the full video. But you know how curiosity works. The second you're told not to do something, you want it more. That evening, I couldn't stop thinking about the tape. 6 minutes, 7 seconds. What happens at the end? The urge clawed at me like a hook under my skin. I had to know. At midnight, I searched deeper. Onion links, dead forums, forgotten archives. And I found it. A zipped folder labeled M67 full.mp4. I shouldn't have downloaded it, but I did. When I pressed play, the air in my room felt heavier, thicker, like the oxygen itself was warning me. The boy appeared, same as always, sitting, staring, hands in his lap, mouth closed. The timer ticked. 0001, 0002, 101. My stomach churned. Every instinct screamed to close it, but I forced myself to keep watching. At 2:13, his eyes blinked for the first time. At 3:40, he whispered something. The audio glitched, but it sounded like numbers. At 4:59, the background changed. He wasn't in a classroom anymore. He was in my room. The chair in the video was the chair in front of my desk. I froze. I couldn't breathe. The timer hit 6 p.m. His mouth began to open. Wider, wider, skin tearing, jaw unhinging like a snake. Inside wasn't a throat, wasn't teeth. It was black, endless, moving. Shadows spilled out of his mouth, crawling across the walls of my room through the screen. At 6:07, the video glitched. My laptop screen turned into a mirror, and in that mirror, I didn't see myself. I saw him, Mason, sitting in my chair, mouth open. I looked to the side. My chair was empty, but in the screen he was there, watching, waiting. Then I heard it. Behind me, the sound of bare feet sliding across my floor. I wanted to turn. I wanted to run, but the voice from the Discord server echoed in my head. Don't turn around. Don't look. So I kept my eyes on the screen. The timer blinked. 00067. Not real. Not possible, but there it was. And at that moment, Mason smiled. It wasn't the smile of a child. It was something ancient, wearing his face like a mask. The shadow surged out of the screen, wrapping around my arms, my throat, my chest. I felt the weight of him pressing into me, crawling into my lungs, filling me with cold. The laptop shut itself off. The room went dark, but the sound didn't stop. Closer, closer, until it was right behind me. I couldn't resist anymore. I turned, and I saw him, the boy in the cloak of shadows, his mouth stretched wide, swallowing the light itself. His eyes were bottomless pits, his hands folded neatly, politely, as if waiting for me to sit down. He leaned in, his whisper burned against my ear. "Now you're 68. The world shattered into black, and when I opened my eyes, I was no longer in my room. I was in the video. Sitting on